braid. It was submitted by one of our viewers and actually one of our recent contest winners. So she made this one up and turned it in, and I thought it was really cool, so we wanted to do it for you. To start with, you want to grab a section of hair just right above her ear. You don't want to take any of this hair from the top, but just by her ear on each side. So after you have those two sections parted out, now you want to take each of those and split them in half so that you have a total of 4 strands. And then you want to start by making a 4-strand braid. It's actually going to be a 4-strand woven braid. To do that, you want to take the strand that is furthest to the left, bring it over the strand it is sitting next to, under the next one over, and then over the last strand. So I just went over, under, over. And then you want to repeat that same step. So I'm starting with the strand that is now furthest to the left, and again I'm going to bring it over, under, and over. So at this point you'll want to kind of tighten things up, and then you want to take this strand that you just brought through, so it is now furthest to the right, and you're going to drop it like you would in a waterfall braid, and then you want to replace it with some hair here from the right. Now you're going to take this new strand and weave it back through the braid the opposite way. So I started on the left by going over, under, over. I'm going to take this one and bring it under, over, under. So ignore this strand that you just dropped, and then start with the next one in and bring it under, over, and under. The strand that you dropped the first time is probably going to try to loosen up. You just want to take it and tighten it a little bit. Now this strand that you brought through, that is now furthest to the left, you're going to drop it the same way you did on the other side, and then again replace it with the strand here on the left. This time you're going to bring it over, under, over. So every time you're bringing in a strand from the left, you always start by going over. When you're bringing in a strand from the right, you always start by going under first. And then you always just drop that strand that you wove through. So I'm here on the right, I'm going to bring it under, over, and under. The further you go down with this braid, the less you'll have to worry about it loosening up. And when you're bringing in a strand from the left, it almost seems like you should go under first. That's the way it looks like it should go. But just remember, when you're on the left side, it always goes over first, even though it doesn't look right. So I'm just going to repeat that pattern all the way to the bottom. Braid right there. Of course, if you want to, you can go all the way to the bottom, but I'm kind of doing a half up, half down type of look. And I'm just going to tie this off with an elastic. So if I was working with human hair, I would probably take the ends of this and curl it. Since this mannequin has synthetic hair, I don't think that's the best idea. It will probably melt onto my curling iron. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. And that should give you the basic idea of how to create the braid. Another thing you could do with this is make an updo. And the way I'm going to do that is to take this and kind of split it in half and then tie off each side of the braid. So I'm just taking a clear rubber band and placing all of the hair on the right side together. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So depending on the length of hair you're working with, you might want to tie these down lower in the braid or up higher, just so that you have some ends left. And then I'm going to take this and basically roll it up from underneath, and then bring this hair up to the top, tie it into a little half of a knot, and then bring this underneath and add one more elastic here, just wrapping around these ends. So I'm just going to kind of lift this up out of the way so that I can grab these two ends. And I'm just tying them together with tiny elastic. So that is just another option if you're looking for more of an updo.